Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. Welcome to a webinar which will give you a very deep dive in the new TalentLMS interface. And of course, a webinar where you can address all of your questions and get as many as possible answered. So let's get started. I'm Theo. I'm part of the customer enablement team, and I will be hosting the session today alongside my very good guests that you already see in your screen. We have Mary from our product team and Maria from our designing team. So, ladies, if you can introduce yourself and get to know everybody.
Hi everyone, I'm Mary Logosetti, and I've had the pleasure of supporting you in various roles over the years. Recently, I joined the product team, and I'm thrilled to share what is new, what is exciting in our platform.
Hi from me too. I am Maria Drumetaki. I am a UI UX designer. I work in the design team of TalentLMS. We're trying to make every interaction you have in the platform as smooth and enjoyable as possible, at least. I work close with product managers such as Mary, and with developers in order to be able to know that we meet both business and technical needs. And I'm really thrilled to be here with you today to share the inputs and methods of the design aspect.
Brilliant. Thank you both. And as you see, everyone, we have two experts with us to navigate through the Talent LMS interface. So, just a few things from my end before we get actually started. The webinar is recorded and you will receive the recording once the session is over. And of course, you are more than welcome to share this webinar with anybody who wants to explore the new interface of Talent LMS and, of course, listen to the answers that we will all provide to the question that you submit. Now, talking about questions, if you have a look at the meeting controls on your screen right now, you can locate the Q&A button. This is your portal to ask anything you want. So feel free to use it. You can, of course, share your name if you want. You can keep yourself anonymous. Everything goes. And the most important thing is that we want to receive your questions. Ask anything you like. We have Irini behind the scenes to also answer questions as they come. But of course, Mary and Maria will do their best as well to address as many of your questions as possible today. So don't be shy, just ask away. Now, what are we going to bring to the table today? Well, we'll cover a lot of grounds, including a background on the project, outline the new interface vision, and just an idea of the concept behind the scenes. And then we will also walk you through the new interface and have a look at key features, have a look at features that you might have seen before, but we will see how everything looks on the new interface of Talent LMS. And of course, we have a spoiler for you. We have a roadmap of future releases. And I know that there's a lot that we can share. We will share as much as possible for what's coming in the future. So stay tuned until the end. And of course, we will not hold back on your questions. We are here to address any questions that come forward, either again behind the scenes on the chat or live on the webinar with our guests. So feel free to ask away anything you need. So without any further delay, I'm going to stop talking. Let's dive in and let's pass the mic to Mary.
Hi again, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm really excited to share with you the journey and future vision of Talent LMS. I see some names, and you have been with us for quite a long, so you might know this story. Our story began with the launch of Talent LMS Beta, a project that was born out of the desire to revolutionize the e-learning experience. And from the start, our goal was to create a flexible, user-friendly environment that supports a wide range of learning needs. Now, our vision for Talent LMS is to empower all of you, educators and learners alike, by providing an intuitive, powerful tool that make online learning engaging and more effective. And we aim to continually enhance the platform, ensuring it remains at the forefront of educational technology by incorporating the latest advancements and listen closely to your needs. We're already doing that, but more now. The new interface and features we are introducing today are a significant step toward realizing this vision, and they're designed to enhance usability, foster engagement, and improve learning outcomes. So now allow me to mute myself and enjoy Maria's presentation.
Hi, hello from me again. So I will share my screen. I think we see the new platform. Yeah. So let's say that through our journey to revamp TalentLMS, we had some clear objectives in mind. So what I will try to do with you today is share those objectives, and let's give an example whenever we can. So the main goal, of course, was to modernize the design. We wanted to refresh the look and feel. We wanted to have a modern, a clean design. So it's like going into a room that has been decorated, redecorated, let's say, in order to belong to this decade. So we have clean lines, we have cohesive colors, we have updated all the icons. But we didn't want, of course, to stop to it. Looks are not always everything, of course. So what the main point was that we wanted to enhance the user experience. So we wanted to deliver a platform where you could easily navigate without a hassle. So we have integrated, as you see here, the sidebar menu where you can always open. You can go to the respective section that you have selected, such as branches, and of course you can close it, you can collapse it in order to be able to maximize your viewboard. In the same way, we have added on the top part, as you see here, the top bar, where we have centralized all the options that regards the user on the right section over here. So even if you want to switch a row, if you want to go to your profile, if you want to log out, if you want to switch brands, or you want to see your messages, this is the spot where you need to go. Going forward, what we really wanted to do was to increase the efficiency. So our main point was somehow to enhance your productivity by reducing the complexity of some major tasks that you wanted to do with our platform. In order to do so, what we have done is to recategorize some of the basic section in TalentLMS. So, for example, for account settings, we have created some clean defined tabs where you can find whatever you want. So we have portal where you can find your identity, your branding, your announcements. In the same way, we have users, we have here integration in order to be able, to have centralized all the tools that could be combined with the TalentLMS platform. So for us, it's like you have an organized toolbox where everything has a label on in order not to take any time looking for it. Everything is where they belong to be. Going forward now, we wanted to have responsiveness, of course, in our site. So let's say that you are a learner and you are from a desktop, or you are from your laptop, or you have your tablet with you, or even you have your smartphone. We wanted TalentLMS to be there for you. So our focus point for the time was the learner, but this is for sure where we go with the other two roles as well. And we are going forward. I'll go with the administrator once more. Another thing that we wanted to do was to elevate usability. By that, I mean that we wanted again to craft a platform where you don't have to learn a lot in order to use it. To do so, we have redesigned it, the course content. So now what you have is that from one point of access, you can add the section, or you can add the file, or you can register a new user, or you can see all the options of the course together. So you don't have to go to any other places in order to edit or to upload content in your course. But of course, we understand that sometimes a little help may be needed. So we have added here the help center. So if you need any guidance, or if you want to contact support, this is the place where you go in order to ask for a bit, for a hand, let's say. Going forward, we believe that actually data, um, what data does is that they bring information to you. And this is why we tried with the report page to access this information for the administrator. We want you to be able to have insights in order to have to be able to track progress, to have an overview, in order to make some more informed decisions. Here, for example, we have the users that are active, those users that have never logged in, the completed courses. Here we have some charts in order to be able to track the activity through the logins, through the completion of the courses, if you want for the month, for the week, or even if you want for a specific period of time. And with the same, in the same way, we have the courses, that have never completed, that are in progress, that have not been passed. So we offer to you an overview of what is going on in the platform. And this is what brings us to the last, let's say, goal that we have. That was the tailored experience. So for the administrator, we understand that for the dashboard, what you wanted to do would be able to have an overview, to have some access to the management tools in order to be able to track activity. And this is what we provide here. But this is not actually the case, for example, for the instructor. And this is why we have created a tailored experience for each of those roles. So if we go to the instructor page, what we see is that we have tools that are more oriented to the courses, to the learner. I don't miss widget because there are a lot of things that going on into the platform. And of course, least we have our learner that he really needs to focus in the learning activity. We need maybe to boost him if we have gamification in the platform with a leaderboard, with the achievement that he has completed in TalentLMS. He needs to be able to track the progress, to have some stats really quick. So this is kind of what we wanted to achieve with the new UI. Of course, though, all the things that existed in the previous platform, they are here as well. So what we have, it's the users, of course. So if you want to go to a specific user, you can see the courses he's currently into, the groups, the branches, the payment he has made. If you can, of course, edit his info. In the same way, we have the courses in the same structure to have a consistency in the platform. We have the course, the users that are enrolled, the groups, the branches. Here on the right section, we have always a primary button if you want to add a new either course, either a user or a group. You can do it by the primary button over here. We have, of course, the course store, the talent library. We have the filters you can open and close in order to have the maximized view. You can search by, you can sort by name or by date. Of course, we have the groups. In the same way, we have the branches. Everything is accessible through the navigation bar over here. We have separated the automation and the notifications. So for example, if you want, we can add the notification together. Let's say Lorem, Lorem 2. And I can say that let's say 2 hours after a user registered, if he's in a specific branch, let's say, what I want is to, let's close that, I want to send to this specific user a message. So through that, I can easily go, we write something and I can easily add my, my notification. We have the reports, of course, the overview, the training matrix and the timeline, the account and settings that we saw. And we have a separated section for the subscription page. This is like a small overview of what is going on, but I think we'll see some new things with Mary now.
Absolutely. And thank you very much, Maria, for your detailed presentation and, of course, for giving us all the good reasons as well to go in and explore the new interface of Talent LMS. So, Mary, now, can you share with us what's new when it comes to features and how people can access those improvements and those new features?
Absolutely, and I hope you see my screen now. We're going to dive into the new features we've introduced in TalentLMS. And again, these enhancements are designed to significantly improve the user experience for both admins, instructors, and learners. Now, the first thing I would like to show you is the dashboard. We, as Maria mentioned before, we have designed to have 3 different dashboards for each role that you can customize if you're an admin or instructor, sorry, an admin. And my favorite part here, I would say, it's the quick actions button. Before you were able to go to courses, click to add the course and create the content, but now if you just click add course, you will see that you go straight inside the course content in order to upload your files and start developing your training. And we understand that each user has different needs. So maybe for some of you, it's too noisy right now. Maybe you don't want to see stats about users. So you have the option to customize and edit the widgets. You can select whether you would like to show some widgets. So I can remove widgets, and I also have the option in this mode to move to the left and the right the widgets. And for example, what I do a lot is using the quick action, so I want this to take up the entire screen. And when you're ready, you can save and finish. Now, I was looking a little bit at the questions in the Q&A. I just want to answer something that Neil posted. What about the learner dashboard? Right now, you don't have the option to customize the learner dashboard. So learners have a home dashboard, and you cannot edit how the widgets will present to them. But learner role has been out for quite a while, and we had the time to gather feedback. So we're looking to ways how to either disable home dashboard. Maybe you don't want this to be the first thing your users see, so they can go straight to the courses, but also have the ability to customize it. So we have gathered feedback for a lot of time, and this is something that we're considering. Next, I would like to get deeper into the courses. So let me just use one of my courses. Here we are. And as you realize, we have revamped how you can create content. It's more intuitive, more flexible, and we have grouped together different content types so you can easily find them. For example, if you want to just upload a presentation or a video, you can find this under the standard content section, and you can create your own unit. We have introduced learning activities. Now, we've grouped together units that are more, learners interact more. For example, tests. Of course, they have to submit their answers, surveys, assignments, live sessions, and SCORM files. You can find them all under learning activities. And in the more section, you will be able to add your own sections if you want to create a delay between the units if you want, and use the clone and link option to save time by receiving content from other courses you have already created and save time. Next, I would like to show you the preview button. In the older interface, and I will make a parenthesis here, you were usually testing this as a learner. So you were switching to the learner role, finding the course, completing that, and you would able to see your status as completed. But then you were asking, what about reports? Where are my stats about what I have done? So we saw that a lot of users were confused at that point. And we decided to clear a little bit more your roles. And if you are assigned as instructor in a course, you won't be able to complete that as a learner. But by doing this, we took away a very important function for you, the ability to test the course. So it has been added the last month, I will say, the preview course button. If you're an instructor in the course and you have active units, you can click on preview course. And now you will experience the course as a learner would do. So I'm going through the PowerPoint, and in fact, we have changed a little bit how the learner completes the course. And don't worry, the first time they will access the course, there's going to be a model on the right side of the screen. I'm sorry, I just have already ticked to remove that from my view. So learners will know that they have to scroll down and they will find a bar that they can click on in order to go to the next unit. You see the name of the next unit here. So I'm clicking on that, completing the unit, and go to the next one. Of course, if there is a timer there, we would wait for the time to um, reach 0 and then go to the next unit. Or if there was a question, I would have to answer the question and then click on the bar. You can either also test how an exam would feel like by taking the test, but it's just for testing purposes. So now it's more clear. You won't be able to see anywhere your status has completed, so you won't be confused. And if you really want to complete a course as a learner, you have to be assigned to the course as a learner. So that's something new as an experience. We've received a lot of positive feedback. It would be very nice to hear yours as well. Now, one of my favorite things, and I'm not sure if you have tested out, but it's the new content editor creation tool that we have added on the screen, TalentCraft. Yes, let's see that. So if you haven't played around, it has been there from the moment we released the instructor view. You're able to create and design high quality content efficiently. And you can create many different content types by relying on advanced editing tools combined with a user-friendly and intuitive what you see is what you get approach. So let me show you. You choose the journey, how you would like to start with TalentCraft, and you might want to start from scratch yourself. So here you will see the editor where you can add different sections. I'm clicking and some samples are coming up on the screen. So of course I can edit and put my own text there. And it's magical because you combine many different types of elements in one screen. So your learners will not feel bored. It's more engaging. They can interact with that. They can watch a video and then find some flashcards you have created all in one place. So it will replace any authoring tool if you're using. I would like also to show you more options. You also have the ability to import documents and with the help of AI, optimize your content. So it's hard to start and updating content you have already created. It looks okay, but it has to be more modern now, perhaps. Use that. Upload your presentation, upload your PDF file, and choose how AI will optimize the content. We can really intervene and create something really great for you, or just make some small modifications. You also have the option to generate with AI. So here, for example, I would like to create a course about benefits of working remotely. That's a hint for my manager. And you see how AI will create the content for me. So I don't have to search different sources, download and find images that would look nice. AI will give me a head start. And now I would like to quote Stella Lee, an AI strategist and e-learning expert that was on our podcast. In general, with AI tools, it sometimes gets faster to get there. So it gives you a different perspective. You have an idea, you know where to start from. And this is the hard part. Usually you don't know how to start, and it gives you a great start. And you can also, let me create another TalentCraft unit, use one of our templates. So our team has created many different templates you can work on. So for example, onboarding a new person, that looks awesome already, but maybe you want to upload your own image, change the text. Of course, you have the ability to modify everything you see on the screen, add more sections, and from the settings, also check what is going to be the color, the theme of this unit. So it's up to you, and if you want, AI will help you with that. And well, to make all of this come to life, TalentCraft uses AI credits. I think that was also a question from the chat from Morgan. So how we're using AI credits? Think of them as a currency or even better tokens that you can use to utilize AI-powered features. So whenever you are in a TalentCraft unit, you will see on the top the AI icon. By hovering, you already see how many credits you have to use. And by clicking on that, you will also see a drawer. So here, again, we explain how AI credits work. It's something new. It's about 2 weeks that we have implemented this feature, so we would welcome your feedback. And when you run out of credits, of course, you can upgrade to another plan if you want to, and you can actually see the cost of every AI action on this drawer again. Again, each time we make an AI action, it consumes a specific number of credits. As you can see, the more intense is the AI action, the more credits I will have to consume. It's very quick and easy to create with AI a process or a tab or create questions from your text, but it's more intensive if you want to import your own document and have AI optimize your content. So this is TalentCraft, and this is how AI credits work. Now I would like to go back actually to the dashboard of the instructor to show you another feature, which is not a new feature. We call it Credit Hub, but it represents a significant upgrade in functionality and usability compared to what we have in the legacy interface for handling assignments and instructor-led training units. As you can see from the screen, it's more modern, user-friendly design, and you can also click on a user, check the submission of the user, and say whether they passed or failed. And now you will tell them, okay, that's good. We have this before. But you can also actually see the assignment. So the description that you had in your course in that assignment unit, it's also here. What we've added as well is the ability to mass select users and grade them, send them a message, or reset their status depending in order to give it another try with the assignment. This option, these mass actions were not available in the older UI. You might remember that it is available only when you were looking at live sessions. So more improvements in a feature that you already liked to make your life much easier. And yeah, well, as you understand, these features are not just about adding new capabilities. They're about enhancing the entire learning experience and making it more interactive and more effective.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Mary, for all those details and the walkthrough on the new features. And before we get forwards, I want to share some feedback that we have been receiving during the session already in the Q&A. So, for example, Mark wanted to send some praise and loves how easy it is to switch between branches, roles, and get back to the legacy view with from the new TalentLMS interface. RK says that TalentCraft is very cool. Layton says that TalentCraft is great for prototyping, which I agree. It's very intuitive to use the AI and, of course, then enhance it as well with your own input. Wency loves the preview feature, so I think we already have lots of people who have used it and proudly stand behind it. Now, a question to both of you. And I know that there is not the ability to say everything under the sun, but can you tell us a little bit about what's coming? What can you share from the roadmap with us?
I can start if that's okay. And I see that it's also a question from Sophie, if I'm right. So we are about to just a moment to share my screen in order to be able to see what I'm talking about. What we have now in track to do is that we will be able, here it interferes with the with the Zoom meeting, we will be able to view the courses as a learner with categories. So this is something that we didn't have until now, but I am already designing it and it's about to be implemented. So what will happen is that the learner will have the ability to view the courses if he wishes by categories or not, in order to be able, to have an overview of the learning path that the instructor has created for him. So this is something that we're working on and it will come in a bit.
And sorry, let me take over to add on top of category management, we're working also on creating a new feature called Talent Skills. I'm not going to share my screen. I don't have right now something on the screen to share with you, so pay attention. A new feature that will help administrators manage and develop the skill sets of users within an organization. So it's going to be much easier to align learning and organizational goals with individual career development paths. And also looking ahead, our product development team includes several other exciting enhancements. We plan to introduce more ways to bring your content in one place by supporting LTI and integrating, for example, with LinkedIn Learning. So in perhaps you are using TalentLMS for specific types of courses that you have created, but you're asking your employees to go also on LinkedIn Learning or in other platforms in order to complete their content. What we want to do is to have one platform where your users can access and find their training to achieve your goals. So we're planning to add support LTI and LinkedIn Learning integration, and many more things that will come from your own ideas.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Mary. And I know that you are also excited to see talent skills and LTI and LinkedIn learning integration. But what if you have more ideas? For example, if you remember those who have been with us for many, many years, you remember that creating something like the training matrix reports was something that came from your feedback. And we are very proud for this feature because it's something that you conceptualized and we executed. So the question to both of you now is, what if somebody has a good idea and doesn't have time to write it in the Q&A? How can they reach out?
Well, again, our product development roadmap is shaped by your feedback, and we encourage you to share your ideas and thoughts with us by perhaps sending a message to the support team. This is how you were doing this, and the support team were making sure that it will reach the development team. And also, you can take part in our user research interviews. Um, we are always doing some user research interviews, but we're doing this more intensively now. So if we can just copy the link and send it with you to all of you, you can express your interest by adding yourself on the list. And our team, when we have another research, might reach out to you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. The link is on the chat, so thank you very much, Irene, for that. Now, while Mary and Maria are sifting through your questions, let me just share with you a few initiatives that I would like to communicate. First of all, you mentioned, did before Mary as well, about the podcast. So now season 2 of our Keep It Simple podcast has kicked off, and we have new episodes launching every week, of course, all about learning and development. Now, in the first episodes, Mary, you mentioned her already, Stella Lee, our director of Paradox Learning, AI strategist, and e-learning expert, launches a season. And in that episode, we unpack why picking the right AI tools is literally like shopping for a car. And we reveal the do's and don'ts of upskilling an AI literate workforce. So you heard TalentCraft before. We are offering as well a podcast focused on AI with our expert Sarah Lee. So definitely make sure to not miss an episode. On the chat right now, we will share the link to the first episode. So feel free to share it, spread the word, and of course, give it a listen. The podcast is available in different places, in the TalentLMS website, of course, as well as all major streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, and Google Podcast. So feel free to catch up with our first season and, of course, give a listen to Sarah and our second season as well. And another initiative that we would love to share with you, because all we want is to reward great usage of Talent LMS. So this year's Training Excellence Awards by Talent LMS are opening in just 2 days. So gather together and submit your entry. The Training Excellence Awards is where we get to celebrate and reward your training wins. So enter for free, of course, from August 1st to August 29th, and have your story recognized worldwide with our users, our customers, and the public. So there's another link now on the chats. I know there's a lot of resource today, but all of you to use and explore, and feel free to join and submit your entry for the Talent LMS Training Excellence Awards this year. Again, I remind you, the open in 2 days, August 1st to August 29th. And of course, we will be very happy to have a look at your entries and have a lot of experts to go over them and announce the results at the end. So there's a lot of questions, and we're very glad to keep receiving your questions. Irini has done a brilliant job behind the scenes, answering rapidly and sharing links on the chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a few questions we already received, and there's already plenty of questions pending to be answered. So the first question comes from Jonathan, and I think Leighton also asked something like that. So the question from Leighton was, will the functionality for customizing the external portal using HTML and CSS be ported to the new interface? And Jonathan, combining those two questions, what about JavaScript integrations? Is this something that will be possible? So up to you.
Let me take this one, Theo. Thank you, Jonathan, for this question. We are actually planning to make it easier for you, and very popular JavaScript integrations, well, integrations that you could achieve by copy and pasting the script from another tool into the themes in TalentLMS in the JavaScript section. It's already sounding very complicated. It's going to be much easier as it's going to be a built-in feature. For example, what's coming up is the option to, and let me share my screen perhaps. Here we are. Go into the settings and the integrations, and you will find many more integrations here. So like Zendesk Chat or Google Analytics or Cookiebot or Integrity Advocate. There are tools that you were able to add to your portal and integrate it with your account, but only if you were able to use themes and JavaScript. So it's going to be much easier to just enable an option. I'm just going to show you a little bit the flow that we were thinking about. Enable an option, add your specific ID or key that the other tool will give you, and make the connection. So it's going to be much more easier. But then we are planning to give you the option to add CSS code and JavaScript code. As before, actually, it's not something that is officially supported from our team. So whatever you add there, you have to make sure it's always up to date. And perhaps one of our releases, because we try to add new things and improve things on our platform, will not break some parts of your code. It happens especially with JavaScript. If you're using JavaScript code, it's more risky because an update might break the code that you have there. So we are planning to give you the option, but as before, it's going to be your responsibility for maintaining the code there.
Sorry, Mary, just a small note here. For example, regarding the CSS, the user now has the possibility yet to do some basic changes through the portal. So regarding the logo or the theme, if you can click, that's perfect. We can add whatever color we do have in our branding, and the whole platform will respond to it with the respective color contrast.
Thank you both. And can I just add a little question from Neil here regarding exactly what you said, Maria, about the colors, the logo, and everything. So Neil is asking, is there a way to have a different design for each branch, as they'll have their own unique branding and icons? Is this possible?
Yes, of course, we couldn't take this away from branches because for the ones that you don't know, branches is a great way to segment your users, your customers, your employees. And for this reason, each branch should have its own identity. So by creating a branch, you still have the option to upload a different logo and icon and choose a different theme for that specific branch. And you will be able also to customize the homepage. So these features were available in the old UI, and of course, we transferred them to the new UI as well.
Thank you. And it's very good to hear as well that you mentioned the homepage, because I know there's a lot of people asking about the homepage of the branch. So is this customizable per branch? Is this something that we have to wait for? Is it already out? Can you just give us a very quick recap on the homepage, the branch homepage situation?
Yes, so definitely. It's actually released just yesterday, so play around and you will have the option to create your own custom homepage. And this will be available, of course, not just for your main site, but also per branch. And what we're planning to add in a few weeks is the ability to clone the custom homepage you have created in the old UI. So keep an eye for an update. I'm sorry, actually, this is here already. Sorry, scratch that. You will be able to clone what you have done already from the old UI into the new UI. Just a disclaimer here, because we're using different editors, make sure that what you have transferred into this new interface, it looks as good as you want. Maybe there are some things that are not exactly as before. So when you clone, you will bring the content, the custom homepage of the old interface, and you can work on that. It's going to be two different things. Maybe you should think of them like when you clone a unit. You bring content in your course that you can edit without affecting the original one. So customers that you were using the old UI, clone your interface. This will save you time, and then you can work on top of that to make it more fresh if you want to.
Thank you very much for that. I'm just gonna mention what Aidan says here. We have answered quite a few questions from them, but they say, just wanted to say that I love this update. You guys have done some amazing work on the platform, and I'm so excited to start creating courses using the new UI. That's great, Aidan, and we'd love to hear your feedback. If you have a look in the chat, when you create courses with the new UI, just participates in the customer interviews that we're looking to do. So we would love to hear your feedback after you've played a bit as well. Now, a question from Lisa, and I think Francis had a very similar question. What happens when I go to a course in the legacy interface, but I can only change its name? I cannot change its contents in the new interface. Can you give me a bit of context about why I cannot? So I think, Francis, you had the same question as well, but let's answer this, and I'm sure that you'll see what we mean.
I noticed that. Yes, Francis, I saw your question. Actually, you also mentioned that you tested this 10 days before. So you will be glad to know that we have introduced another feature in order to allow you to edit content that you have created in the old UI, but from the new UI now. So as you understand, in this work, we were trying to use different tools, more modern, more quick tools. And for example, the editor is one of them. There are different editors, what we're using in the old UI and in the new UI. So it was impossible up until now to be able to edit something that you have created from the older interface to the new one. So what we have added is the migration mechanism. And as you can see, this is a unit that was created in the legacy interface. I'm going to read this to you. Maybe it's very small because I'm using a big screen. So I have the option, if I want to edit this unit right now, I can only edit the title, as Francis mentioned, but I cannot add text, I cannot change my video. So I have to click convert. And when you confirm that, you will know that from that moment on, you can edit the content in the new interface. But it also works the other way around. Now that is editable, let's say in the new interface, you cannot edit it anymore in the old interface. So if you're planning to migrate the content, make your updates from the new interface, you will see this flow, convert the unit, and now you can add your text, You can change your video. You can use our advanced editor to use more font families, change the size of the text, and with the quick insert, you will be able to also upload more images, tables, and the things that you need inside your unit.
Great. And a question from Neil, which I'll combine with a question from Vikram as well. So Neil is asking, how can you change the dashboard view so all learners see the same format? And Vikram is adding, can I customize the learner dashboard? So who's going to take this one?
I can share my screen if you want Maria to answer this.
Yeah, I think you can hear me now. What I know until now is that we will be able to choose if we want to have a dashboard for our learners or if we want our learners to be able to see their courses in order to really focus on the learning progress. So for now, these are the two options that we are going forward with. We can have a dashboard for our learners, or our learners could immediately go to my courses in order to be able to really focus on that.
Perfect. And one final question from me, and then I'm pretty sure you already have picked more questions to answer. So Nick is asking, I see the learning activity reports. What is this? Can you show this again? And I know that many people were asking as well about the learning activity reports. So if we can get a very quick recap here, that'd be really helpful.
Definitely. So before I showed you that when we get into the course, we can add from a section named learning activities, live units, tests, surveys, assignments, and score. So all of these types of units are grouped under learning activities. So it's not a new type of report, but here you will see all the reports from such types of units in one place. And you will see everything, but of course you can use the filter and, for example, narrow down the results to own reports related to assignments or to surveys or to tests. And you can also use the filter and check test reports for specific branches. So it's not a new type of report, but it's grouped better together in order to I'm sorry, give you a better overview of what's going on in your platform.
Great. Thank you very much, Mary. I hope you can hear me now. So until you catch your breath, let me just get a new question here from RK. While we know the new UI will be the default UI, when is it becoming official? So just a glimpse there of this answer. Well, the legacy UI and the new UI will coexist for a long time. So you don't have to worry about this. And of course, all the new features that we do bring into TalentLMS, they will be brought in the new interface. So feel free to use both as you like. And we want to make the transition to the new interface smooth. And of course, that's why we still have the legacy interface available and ready to be used. Just mind though that you can transition at your own time, but all the new features will be available on the new interface. Am I right, Mary?
That is correct. Both interfaces will go exist for a longer time. As we add more features in the new interface, you might want to stop and quit the old interface. So we're preparing also a feature to disallow users to go to the legacy interface. So you can just use the new one. And yeah, it's one of the features that are coming up.
Great. And talking about features that are coming up, and again, I promise it's going to be the last question from me. Feel free to pick which one you want after. But Emanuela is asking, why isn't it possible to organize video conferences in new interface? I think this has changed, hasn't it?
Emanuela, if you checked yesterday or today, you will be glad to know that instructors can add conferences now. So if you have already selected to use our integrated conference tool or a custom one like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, you will be able to add a conference here. And by default, we search for the last week conferences for the last week, but you can use the filters and search for conferences for a long time ago, and also join and launch the session from here. Sorry if I haven't added yet my tool. And yeah, as instructor, you can add conferences. Something that I would like to point out is that for now, we have decided that the learner role doesn't need another tab on the left side menu about conferences. We found out that learners are using a lot the calendar to check what sessions they're having and when to join. So as an instructor, you can add a conference, and for the learner, learners will be able to go here on the calendar and join the session they want to.
Great. So, Mary, the next question, whichever you like, just grab it.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, there are many questions I ticked that I would like to answer live. And a question from Lisa. Is there a way for me to send an email to my team with a link to the training I would like them to complete? It is possible. It's not a new feature. It's a feature that existed also in the older interface. You can create a notification, so you can schedule an email, and every time you assign a user to a course, they will get a message. And we can set it up together. I would like to show you again, as Maria showed you before, how you can do this. You can say, for example, that I would like to create a notification when a course is assigned to a user, and you might want to make it specific to a course. Or if you leave this empty, it's about all the courses. So any course you add to a user, and the related user, the person that received the course, will receive a message. Use the first line as the subject of the email and then type your message. And by using the smart tags, you will be able to include the course URL. So the link that you're looking for, it will be emailed automatically to your users the moment they're assigned to the course by you. So you can set up a notification to achieve that. Next, let me answer Carl's question. All the times I have taken a quick look at the new UI, up until now, there was still course management functionality missing from the old UI. Has everything been ported over now? So yes, our primary goal was to bring all the features that you knew from the old interface to the new one. Some of them, we've decided that we don't need them anymore, and I will try to find the person again. Someone was asking, for example, what about when a learner wants to send a message to an instructor? We found out that learners don't use that a lot, but they really want the help of an instructor when they fail the course. So we decided to change the experience there. And whenever a learner fails a course, they will be able to contact the instructor. Again, everything is new. If you feel that it was very important for you, and we hear a lot about this request, we will consider adding that again. We were trying to make improvements. We were trying to reduce the noise and make simple things for your users. So some of the features are on purposely depreciated. What we are missing, though, that is scheduled to be added is the course store. Right now, you are able, if you have the Talent Library subscription, get courses from the Talent Library and add them to your portal. We're missing the course store from other providers where you buy licenses from courses. And yeah, that's it actually. So that was Carl's question. I also, give me a second. I clicked many questions to answer. Okay, regarding mobile responsiveness, Maria, perhaps this is for you. It's a question from Stacy. Let me read this for you. In the old interface, I can manage courses from my mobile phone. In the new interface, I'm presented with a message to use a laptop or desktop. Is this functionality that may be possible in the future of the new interface?
From what I know, it's where we want to go actually. For now, we do have responsiveness for the learner, but as you saw, this is true. We do not have it for the instructor and the administrator role, but we do plan, of course, to have responsiveness for all the three roles in the future.
Great, thank you. I will continue with Sophie's question if we still have time. How can we get to the view where we were having before as a trainer? The course is organized by categories. Actually, Sophie, it's something that we want to add very, very soon. Not just for the instructor, but also to the learners and organize their courses per category. So it's coming up. For instructor, you might not need that though, because instructors are looking at the courses in a more similar way with what the admin sees right now. So it's a list. You can see all the courses, you can sort by category. So we don't have the same view as the learner anymore. So you can manage easier your courses. But adding categories will be added to the learner view. Ta-ta-ta-tum.
I think we have definitely time for two quick ones or one long.
A nice question from Steve. Love the cleanness of the new UI, but there's one missing that prevents us from using it currently. The ability to distribute available AI credits per brands. Will this come in a future update? Yes, Steve. Actually, our purpose was to first give you to all of you the option to use the AI, give us feedback. After receiving feedback, we have improved how it works. Then we've introduced the credits, and now we're planning to be able to distribute the credits. So we know it's something it's missing. We understand how this is important for you. We understand how you're using branches. So it's one of the features that, one of the improvements that will come up under the group AI credits. Do we still have time, Theo? Sorry.
Yes, let's do one more and I'll just close in a second, but there's definitely time for one more.
Okay, great. Okay, and this question, when you click on the preview course, it always takes you to the first unit of the course. Is there a way to just see the unit or assignment I'm working on? Andy, right now, no. We are talking about, let me just enter the course again. This button here, the preview course. It will always start from the beginning right now. It's a preview course button. It's not a preview unit function. But if I navigate and let's say I reach the test and you find something here that you want to correct, to fix, you will be able to click to go back to the edit mode and you will fall to the unit that you need to make your modifications. But it always starts from the first unit right now. I understand how this would be beneficial for you. Just working on a unit and check right away how this looks just for that specific unit. So it's something we're considering and we're trying to find a way to implement, but it's not something you will see in the next release. We need to investigate this a little bit further, but this is the intended behavior for now.
Great. Thank you very much, Mary. And of course, thank you, Irini, behind the scenes. Thank you, Maria, for being here too. And what I would love to share with you is the direct way to contact us. So feel free to send us an email at success@talentlms.com. This is the dedicated email address for our team. And of course, anything that you share as suggestions or any feedback you have about Talent LMS new interface, definitely I'm going to make sure that Mary and Maria will be notified about it. But of course, we have shared in the chat plenty of resources. So feel free to explore the podcast, enter the awards, and of course, have a look at the interview link that we shared. So that way you can participate in this initiative and let us know your feedback about the new interface. So again, thanks, Irene, behind the scenes. Thank you, Mary and Maria.
Nice being here.
And
Thank you so much. Bye.
thanks, of course, everybody else who has joined. So we appreciate your feedback and we hope to get started with the new interface very soon and create awesome training with TalentCraft. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.